Hey, Mom, when Dad's not here, didn't he say I'm the man of the house?
He certainly did, and I agree.
Swell. And I think the man of the house won't have liver for lunch today. I think he'll have a peanut butter sandwich and a glass of root beer.
Dennis.
What are you doing, Mr. Wilson? Watering?
I can't talk to you now, Dennis. I'm trying to get through here.
I'll help you get through so you can talk to me, okay?
I was afraid of that.
You'd get your watering done a lot faster if you'd use a hose, Mr. Wilson.
I'm not watering, Dennis. I'm spraying.
I know it, but you ought to use a hose so you can squirt.
I don't want the squirt. I'm using an insecticide.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, now you know.
What's an insecticide, Mr. Wilson?
It's to get rid of pests.
What's a pest?
It's a little six-legged creature that, come to think of it, sometimes they only have 2 legs.
Morning, Wilson, Dennis.
Oh.
Hi! I've never seen those kids before.
Neither have I.
Bang, 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 bang. Kapow, kapow. Wouldn't it be nice if they moved next door to you? Gee, I haven't seen you since you used to live here, Mr. Burnley.
Oh, you remember me, do you?
Sure I do. I remember you from when Mrs. Burnley used to hang out the wash. She made you wear that long, funny underwear with a door in it.
They don't miss much, do they?
Mr. Wilson bought a bunch of new underwear, didn't you, Mr. Wilson?
All right, Dennis.
And Mrs. Wilson bought a new...
That's enough, Dennis.
Okay, but I found her old one in the trash can, and me and Tommy can both get in it at the same time.
I've asked you to stay out of our trash can, Dennis.
Oh, the curiosity of the young. It can drive an adult out of his mind.
Sometimes when I get to feeling sorry for myself, I just think of his mother. She deserves flowers every day in the week.
She sure does, boy.
Oh, did you sell the house yet?
Nope, the folks that just drove away love it.
The ones with the kids?
That's right. But they say they can't afford it.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Well, I guess you'll have to go back to renting it.
No. I may have to come down on my price a little. Look, if you can drum up a buyer for me, I'd gladly give you the 5% commission.
Well, I haven't had much experience selling real estate, but...
If I drum up somebody that'll buy your house, will you give me the 5 cents?
Gladly, Dennis, gladly.
I'll help you all I can, Mr. Burnley.
Well, thank you, Dennis. And I'll see you later, Wilson. Oh, if you drum up a prospect to look at it, you know where the keys are.
Right, Burnley.
Bye, Mr. Burnley.
Goodbye.
Are we going to finish up our spring, Mr. Wilson?
We're all finished, thank you. I'm going in the house.
What are we going to do in the house?
Not we, me. I'm going in where I can get some peace and quiet. Now, why don't you go home and talk to your mother?
Okay. Did you mean what you said about her deserving flowers every day in the week?
I most certainly did.
There goes a swell guy, Fremont. My mom just loves flowers. I'm home!
Yes, Dennis. How many times have I told you about slamming that door?
Did I slam it?
Yes, you did.
Excuse me, Mom. I guess I was in such a hurry to bring you these flowers that I forgot.
Oh, Dennis, that was very sweet. You didn't get these from Mr. Wilson's yard.
Sure, it was his idea.
Are you sure?
Yes. He said you should have them every day in the week.
I'll have to check into this.
Say, have you seen my drum any place?
Yes, it's up in your bedroom closet. Why?
I gotta drum up a customer. I gotta sell a house.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Wilson. This is Alice Mitchell. Dennis tells me you've given him permission to pick some of your flowers.
I certainly did not. I'm developing the Wilson zinnia, and I want those flowers to go to seed. Oh, you should see them. They're just beautiful.
I'm looking at them this very minute, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, Mrs. Mitchell, how could you possibly see them from... He picked 5.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wilson, and Dennis is going to be punished for telling me a falsehood.
Oh, he didn't lie. He just misunderstood. You see, I told him you deserved the flowers, and I guess he just thought he could pick them.
Well, I'll see to it that he never touches your flowers again, even if I have to remind him several times a day. It's the least I can do. Will we be seeing you this evening at the McClure surprise anniversary party?
We were not invited. Oh, not that I care. I know what happened. Ted Melton organized the party, and he's never gotten over my dog beating his at the dog show.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, fiddle-faddle, it doesn't bother me. Ted Melton's just showing himself for the petty, small-minded person that he is. But it'll be a cold day in Hawaii before he's invited to my house again.
We'll miss you, Mr. Wilson. And I'm going to talk to Dennis about taking your flowers right away. Goodbye. Dennis, I want to talk to you.
Martha, he just drives me crazy.
Well, after all, you gave him the idea about picking the flowers. Don't be so grumpy.
Oh, it isn't that I want to be, Martha. Honestly, you know, I always thought when I reached my age, I'd enjoy the sight of children playing, the sound of innocent laughter, and answering their little questions. I always thought they'd come to me with their broken toys and their problems, and I saw myself drying their tears, telling them stories to make them laugh again.
Well, George?
And then Dennis shows up, and ever since I've been a nervous wreck.
Often let little things annoy you. Now, you stretch out and have a nice nap. I'm going over to Helen Scott.
Oh, I remember her. What are you going to see her about?
She's going apartment hunting, and she wants me along for company.
Oh, well, say hello to Mr. Scott for me. Have a good time on that. Oh, boy, that feels good. What's that? I don't believe it. I believe it. Dennis!
Hi, Mr. Wilson.
Will you please stop pounding that drum?
Something the matter, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, there's something the matter. Come here.
George, for heaven's sake, stop shouting at the boy.
I had to shout to be heard. Say, I have an idea. Maybe I could talk him into cutting his drum open to see what makes the noise.
George Wilson, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, I was only fooling.
No, you weren't.
You want to talk to me, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, I do, Dennis. Don't step in the flowers.
Boy, that was close, wasn't it, Mr. Wilson?
Dennis, I'd like to buy your drum. I'll give you 50 cents for it.
Well, my grandpa gave it to me, so I can't sell it. Why don't you ask Mrs. Wilson to buy you one of your own?
Dennis, what I'm trying to get you to do is stop beating it. I'm resting.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Wilson. Will you let me know when you're through so I can get back to selling the house again? Mr. Burnley needs that money pretty bad. Hey, Mr. Wilson! Mr. Wilson!
What?
I was just thinking, wouldn't it be swell if somebody moved in that had kids for me and you to play with? Boy, that window sure breaks easy, doesn't it, Mr. Wilson? Remember when my baseball went through it?
Now see what you've done.
Oh, never mind that. Say, Martha, you say the Scotts are looking for a new apartment, huh?
That's right.
He's quite well off, isn't he?
Yes, but why do you ask?
Do they have any little children?
No, they're our age.
Any grandchildren?
No, they're childless.
They sound wonderful. Wait till I change my clothes.
Well, what's this all about? Where are you going?
With you. I'm going to talk the Scotts into buying a house.
Hi, honey.
Oh, hello, dear.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, son. What have you been up to today?
Well, I was drumming up customers for Mr. Burley's house till Mr. Wilson had to take his nap.
And I do mean with a drum.
Well, I think in the interest of the good neighbor policy, we better put a stop to that. You know Gene Krupa, you know.
So, you didn't think I could do it, eh, Martha? Well, you'll just have to learn to have more faith in me.
Just because the Scotts have agreed to come and look at the Burnley house doesn't mean they're going to buy it.
You know, there was a reason why I sold more women's wear than anyone else in this state, and that reason was salesmanship.
Yes, dear.
Don't you worry. When the Scotts hear my pitch, they'll buy. There they are now. Menace, what are you doing here?
My dad sent me over to apologize for all that drumming. I'm no Gene Krupa, you know.
Oh, do I know?
If I can't use my drum, I don't know how I'm going to sell Mr. Burnley's house for him.
You can just forget about that, Dennis. It's all been taken care of.
Did somebody hear my drum?
Everybody heard your drum. But Mrs. Wilson found someone who's interested in the house.
Really?
Yes. Dennis, what are you going to be doing this afternoon?
I don't know. Is there some game you want to play?
No, here's 50 cents. Why don't you go to the movie at the arcade?
Gee, thanks, Mr. Wilson. I'll go ask my mom.
Yes, you do that, and sit through the picture twice.
I always do.
I tell you, Martha, that movie was a good idea. If there's one thing that might wreck my pitch to the Scotts, it's Dennis. Now we're rid of him for at least 3 hours.
I guess I won't go, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, why not?
Because I just remembered, when Tommy gets back from the dentist, he won't have anybody to play with.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What are you counting, Mr. Wilson?
Here's enough money so Tommy can go too.
Oh, is that what you were counting? Thanks, Mr. Wilson. Bye.
Well, that ends that. The next time that doorbell rings, it'll be our future neighbors.
Hi, Mr. Ferris. Come to fix Mr. Wilson's window again?
I sure have, Dennis. How did you do it this time?
Wasn't me, it was good old Mr. Wilson. Me and him were right in the middle of talking when he felt this strap and slammed it.
Well, I'll go on in and get to work on it.
I'd help you, but I gotta go home and get permission about a movie.
Well, Mr. Scott. Oh, it's you, Mr. Ferris. Well, I thought you'd send one of your workmen. I didn't want you to have to come over.
Well, Saturday afternoon, you know. My boys have the day off. I understand you're to be blamed for this one, Mr. Wilson.
Now, that's something I'll argue all the way to the Supreme Court.
Hey, Mom, is it okay if me and Tommy go to the... Boy, do I want a piece of that cake!
I'm sorry, Dennis. This cake isn't for us.
We're baking a cake in our very own kitchen for somebody else?
That's right. It's from McClure's.
Boy, that looks like good cake. How come we're giving it to the McClure's?
Because tonight's their anniversary, and a lot of us are going to get together and give them a surprise party.
Say, that sounds like fun. I'll bring my bugle.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dennis. This is a grown-up party.
Well, if everybody's going to a party except me, and eat cake except me, can me and Tommy go to the movie this afternoon?
I suppose so. Run on up and get my purse.
I don't need your purse. Good old Mr. Wilson is treating us.
Well, isn't that nice of him? I hope you remembered to thank him.
Sure I did. I thanked him right in the door. Now I gotta go see if Tommy can go. So long, Mom.
Goodbye, Dennis.
Don't worry, Mom. I'll have Tommy thank him, too.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Scott, I hope you didn't have any trouble finding the place.
Oh, no. I hope we're not too late.
No, not at all. Martha, it's the Scots, the great Scots. Oh, well, I have to have my little joke.
Hi, Tommy. Hi, Mrs. Anderson.
Hi, Dennis.
Guess what good old Mr. Wilson did? He gave money for me and Tommy to go to the movies. Oh, boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dennis. I know it's Saturday, but Tommy went to the movies with us just last night. I think that's enough movies for this weekend.
How about if we only sit through it once?
I'm sorry. No.
But we gotta do something. We got all this money to spend.
I'm sure you'll think of something.
How about me buying a bunch of stuff to eat and giving Tommy a surprise party? That's a swell idea.
Oh, no, not in this house. I'm still finding traces of his birthday party.
Say, that reminds me. It's probably not good anymore, but I hid a piece of birthday cake in your piano.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, Tommy. Let's see if we can give Freddie a surprise party. Come on. Okay. Boy, I sure don't understand why the mothers in this neighborhood don't want us to come in and give a surprise party. Gotta find some place to have it. How about Eric Mandel's house? Yeah! I had fun the last time I was there. Me and Bob and Phil and George went roller skating in their bathtub. Was Mrs. Mandel mad? Heck no. She just came upstairs to see what the noise was. What'd she say? She didn't say anything. She just started to laugh. I never heard anybody laugh so hard in my life. Finally, Mr. Mandel had to call the doctor.
We don't want to take up your afternoon. Should we take a look at the house?
Oh, don't worry about the time. The matinee's just starting.
Matinee?
Oh, well, that's an expression I use. It means there's lots of time. Shall we take a look at it?
Why not?
Yes.
I'll make some coffee while you're gone.
Oh, fine. Maybe we'll be having a little party to welcome our new neighbors.
Come on in, you guys!
No, Dennis, I'm washing the floor.
Okay. Mom says to wait out there. Hey, Mom!
Dennis!
How'd you like all of us to come in the front door and give you something?
Dennis Mitchell, have you been in Mr. Wilson's flowers again?
Heck no, Mom!
We'll see that you don't. Mr. Wilson is very unhappy today.
Just on account of those flowers I picked?
Well, not only that, he's also unhappy because he wasn't invited to the McClure surprise party.
Really? Boy, am I glad I came in to see you. See you later, Mom.
Well, how did you like it? I think it's a wonderful house. Don't you, Andrew?
Well, that depends. How much is he asking for the house?
20,000, but I'll bet he'll come down to 19.5.
Giving a surprise party to Mr. Wilson was a swell idea. Yeah. I wish I'd have thought of it before the ice cream got so soft. I think good old Mr. Wilson likes his ice cream crisp. Well, come on, let's go. First, maybe I better make sure we're welcome. You kids wait here, and if it's okay, I'll yell at you.
There's a lot of storage room in the attic, too. I always like that.
It gives her a place to keep her dressmaker's form she got the first year we were married. Tell me, are the taxes high in this area?
Oh, no, they're very low. That's why I moved here when I retired. But the streets and sewers are all in.
Hey, that's an advantage of moving into an area that's already built up. You miss all the special assessments.
And I certainly like the neighborhood. It's so quiet.
Quiet's very important to Mr. Scott.
Hi, Mrs. Wilson. Can I talk to you for a minute, please, Mr. Wilson?
What a cute little boy.
Cute and quiet.
This is Mr. and Mrs. Scott, Dennis.
How do you do, Mr. and Mrs. Scott?
My, doesn't he have nice manners?
Usually I shake hands, but they're a little bit full of chocolate ice cream.
Oh, well, Dennis, you can come and sit with me and be nice and quiet.
Oh! Did I put my knee in your stomach, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, you did, Dennis, but it's all right. Oh, he's a nice, quiet little boy.
Am I welcome?
Oh, yes, Dennis, you're welcome.
Excuse me for a minute, please. I'm welcome!
What was that all about, Dennis?
You'll see. Did I do it again, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, you did, Dennis. Why did you call out the window?
Thank you.
Oh, I'm just awfully sorry about that ice cream in your hat, Mr. Scott.
Oh, forget it.
There's still a little in your hair, dear.
Thank you, dear.
Well, now, about the house. Shall I have Mr. Burnley get in touch with you?
I don't think so, Mr. Wilson.
It's a lovely house, but
We don't think so.
But if you like it, why not?
as you know, Mr. Wilson, we like a lot of quiet.
And while it's a great tribute to you, the way these youngsters love you, giving you this surprise party and all, I don't think that we are quite up to all their youthful energy and excitement.
But thanks for showing us through. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What's that?
The man that owns the window fixing company.
Mr. Ferris?
Sure. After he was here yesterday, he went right to Mr. Burnley and bought it.
Are you sure?
Here's the 5 cents commission. You want to go share a soda with me?
No, thank you. I wonder if he has any kids.
I asked him and he said 3 and 1 on the way.
No.
And the 1 on the way has got to be 2 of them.
I'm surrounded.
He's sure glad he's gonna be living next door to you. 'Cause you're like